back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day. I had to jump on really just for a quick reaction video on this. Bit stupid really this, just it always reminds you that some people just go make content for content's sake. They don't think about things before they open their mouth. They just open their mouth and turd falls out. And this week's lump of shit comes courtesy of the Club Live. If you don't know who the Club Live are, so the Club Live are three lads. One's a Man U fan, one's a Chelsea fan, one's a supposed Manchester City fan, even though he sounds like he's from Norfolk. He probably was a Man City fan ever since they got rich. But these three guys used to hang on the tails of the true Geordie, funnily enough. They're not big in Newcastle up much anymore. Interesting that they don't do anything with the big man, and now they're sticking their boot into Newcastle. But he's come out on this TikTok. He's basically, I think they're talking about one of our players. I'm not quite sure who it is. Could be Bruno, could be Isaac, could be Botman. Any one of the players that they're just absolutely livid that their club didn't sign, because Man City don't sign enough players, do they, mate? So the lad's called Buvey on YouTube. We've talked about him before. He talks utter fucking shite. I don't know how he's got the subscribers he's got. I don't know how he gets onto the overlap and all this kind of stuff. It probably says more about the horrendous screening process of Sky. There is some really good people on there, like Kendall, who's been on our channel before as well, but there's some fucking rotters on there, and this kid is one of them. He's a scruffy looking little bamp. He's always got a creased t-shirt on, doesn't brush his hair, looks like he's just woke up on his mate's sofa from playing Call of Duty till 3 in the morning with fucking Watsits all over his t-shirt. And he's turned around and talked about Newcastle, and he's talking about whoever this player is, and he said that he'll wake up and realise that he's in Newcastle, and all Newcastle is full of fat birds and a bridge, and that, and he talked about £2.50 sambucas and stuff like that as well. It's got a good uni in that, is what he said. But I mean, what a lazy shit Richard Keys-esque banter take on Newcastle as a city. I mean, who the fuck is this wet wipe? Honestly, he's talking about Manchester City as well, like it's some kind of fucking, utopian, metropolis. I've been next to Manchester City's ground. It's a fucking shithole. Manchester's a nice city, don't get me wrong. It's had loads of development over the years, ever since the wealth came in from City as well. And they've got a lot of media that gets filmed in Manchester, and credit to them. I've been to Manchester, it's a lovely city, but you know what? It ain't that far ahead of Newcastle. Newcastle is a very developing city. It's changed a lot over the years. I would wonder when the last time this fucking wank actually came up to Newcastle and saw Newcastle, saw what the quayside is like, saw what the centre of Newcastle is like now, saw the developments and everything else. Not to mention the beautiful coastline that I live nearby as well, which is one of the best in the country, if not Europe. But no, he wants to go and be derogatory about Newcastle and talk about the people in Newcastle. But the bit that I really just, I can't get my head around, in 2023, why would you be so vile and objectifying to women, to call them fat birds? Like, who the fuck is this bloke, and what is he smoking? Now, most YouTubers, everybody knows, they get paid from clicks, but they get paid from sponsors as well. Ironically enough, the Geordie lad that they used to do stuff with, lost a few sponsors after he said something that he really shouldn't have done, and he came out and apologised. I wonder what happens if this fucking dick gets an email off a woman who maybe runs one of the sponsors that are giving him copious amounts of money, who happens to have a voluptuous figure and takes umbrage with the stuff that he's just turned around and said. I mean, it's fucking awful. It's lazy. It's thick. The guy opposite him should have chinned him for it, given the fact that his missus is a Geordie as well, in the shape of Rory Jennings. He should have chinned him and said, "What are you talking about? Shut up, man. Stop talking shit." They shouldn't have put it out there. They shouldn't have put it on TikTok. They shouldn't let the world see it, because now they're going to get pelters, not just from Newcastle United, but from people in general. I mean, if I'm a woman and I'm seeing that, I've got two young daughters. I don't want them growing up in such a toxic and horrible environment where they're worried about the way they look and everything else, and people saying stuff like that about them. It's just disgusting. I mean, I think he doth protest too much personally. I think he's been knocked back by a couple of Geordie girls in the past, and he still can't get over it potentially. Maybe he went to a Cheryl Cole concert and she didn't sign that autograph for him, and he's gone all Stan from Eminem. He's kicking off, he's writing that nasty letter, but he's just doing it on TikTok instead. But there's no need for it at all. I mean, it just shows you as well, this is what they're resorting to, the salt from these other fans. It's just horrendous. There's a lot of good fans out there who are just saying fair play to Newcastle. They're carving their own path. Manchester City were where we are now many moons ago. If this guy's a City fan, he should maybe show a little bit more respect and a little bit more class towards Newcastle United fans, but he's clearly not got that at all, which makes me think he's just a fucking glory supporter Manchester City fan, only supports them because they're good and Pep's there and they're winning stuff. He probably wasn't there back in the days of Gillingham away and League One and all the other stuff that goes with it as well. So I know a lot of proper old school Man City fans, and they don't talk about other clubs like that because they remember what it was like to be there. So yeah, really shit banner. Had to call it out. It's not funny in the slightest. It's not clever at all. If I'm a woman and I'm subscribed to their channel, I'm clicking unsubscribe straight away because that kind of toxic, objectifying rhetoric does not belong on any platform in 2023, and you lot should be fucking ashamed of yourself at the club. You're basically the Winnets on the arse of YouTube, and you're acting like it as well. It's fucking appalling. Sort yourselves out. Be better than that. Come out and apologise for your shit banter, and next time think on before you say something so harmful, abusive, and factually incorrect as well. Newcastle is full of beautiful women. I've been all over this country and to Manchester several times. I've been all around the world, and I have seen women in all shapes and sizes in different countries and parts of this UK. And I can tell you right now, Newcastle is full of absolutely beautiful women. I know I married one, so fuck you, pal. Keep your opinions to yourself and your shit banter. That's me done for the rant today. If that's the kind of thing you guys like, click subscribe, come and join us. We're nearly at 4,500. Smash that button if you like a rant like this. I'll be back with more, I'm sure, as long as these wanks keep coming out with lazy shit banter like this. Get in the banter box and pull something better out, lads. I'll even send you some if you want. We've got plenty to spare. Catch you later, everyone. Cheers, bye.